What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games. I'm coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster in Time City. That's right, we're back in the one, the only Time City. And this episode, we're going to be mostly focusing on more detailing with this section of the part, with the Jurassic section. And we actually get a little bit started into the Apocalypse section, but leave it all not, because the Apocalypse section is something I've been very much looking forward to. I don't get much into it in this episode, but we do get started on the Tower ride, which is like the Tower of Terror kind of inspired ride, and that is definitely going to be in the Apocalypse section. I'm also looking at possibly some sort of wooden roller coaster going into the Apocalypse section as well. But in this beginning of this episode, we really kind of focused on a lot of the scenery items around the Kiddie coaster, which is turning out actually quite nice for, you know, only having some rock work and foliage around it rather than everything else. So I think that turns out quite nice. And then we work on some fencing and just stuff here and there that you know, this wasn't a very big episode. It was actually one of the shortest episode we've ever recorded, because I kind of, you know, it was late, and I was hoping, or I was expecting to actually record longer, but I just needed some time to figure out some stuff first before I got any further within the within this. So because I want to do more on the Apocalypse section soon, but I had to stop just for a little bit because I have to get the appropriate kind of inspiration and everything like that, and motivation to try and actually figure out a building for it. So that's going to be very cool when it gets going. I'll talk more about that once we get to that section of the video. But the Jurassic section is starting to come to a close, and when I say close, I mean like just pathwise, layout-wise of the Jurassic section. It still has a lot of detailing to do. It's not even close to being done yet in that regard. So don't think that we're, you know, actually finished with this section, because we're not. We still have a lot more to do. And I think the Kiddie coaster looks 10 times more better with everything that we did add. I do a little bit of a custom roof. I'm going to start doing that from now a lot more often now on on a lot of the roofs that I do. I think it adds just that little pinch of variety to the park, instead of having the same exact roof pieces throughout the different sections and parks, you know. And obviously we still have to work on the restaurant as well. That's something that we still haven't completed just yet, and that will hopefully come into effect very soon. So like I said in previously, that we're gonna have a lot of rides and attractions throughout this park. There's going to be a lot of rides, and that is the point of this park. It's going to be the largest park in JLW Entertainment history, and it's going to be probably the best park in JLW Entertainment history. I can't imagine how many guests are going to swarm into this park, because there's going to be so much to do that it's just going to be ridiculous. And I am starting to get a little bit nervous time-wise. We are in August already, and I knew I needed to get to the next section fairly soon, because I do want to try and get the park layout kind of rounded out a little bit, and then go back and really go into the details and see what I can and what I'm able to get done in time, what I'm not going to be able to get done in time. Again, nothing's going to be rushed in any way, shape, or fashion, but I do want to try and get the park layout kind of closer done than anything, because we'll have quite a few episodes we're going to go back and do final detailing, of course, but there's just so much to do and so little time. So I know I've given myself like an entire year to complete this park, but I'm still expecting around 50 plus episodes in this series. So just keep that in mind, that we're still looking at it's going to have the most episodes for sure out of any of the parks that I've ever done, and I can't wait to do that. So we haven't even gotten started on like a dark ride or anything. Just imagine that. That's gonna be something that's going to take some time as well. So got to keep that in mind as well. At the same time, I said as well like 50 times right there, but I don't know. But yeah, the Jurassic section is really turning out really well. I still need to get some actual dinosaurs within this section of the park. Hopefully that happens sooner rather than later if I can find out how to do something. I'm not sure just yet. I'm still undecided of how that's all going to work out still. So we'll just keep that in mind. But there's just got to be some dinosaurs within this area. And I was really hoping, to get some dinosaur packs, maybe something, even if it wasn't linked to like Jurassic World Evolution, which we know is not going to happen. But it definitely would have been nice to see something. But it is what it is, so we got to make with what we have. So, like I said, this is the shortest episode that I've ever made, and hopefully it won't be the case later on. I don't know. I just can't work no more than like 2.5 hours on this park at once at one given time. It's just hard for me. Again, I have just as many patient issues as anyone else playing a coaster. It's hard to stay patient with your creations and stuff and really pushing through. So I can only do so much at one time. And I think 2.5 hours is definitely good for each episode. And you can really kind of get an idea of how many hours we've spent on the park and stuff like that. So that's very interesting. And we're almost about halfway through the layout of the park because we're almost to the back part of the park and the halfway point. So hopefully that's a good sign that we'll be in a good spot because we still have the beginning of next year. I don't even think we're about halfway through this just yet. We might be. Again, once the off season hits, I'll be able to work on this like daily almost to finish it up before opening day in March, which is gonna be our deadline for getting this park complete. And I'm still starting to put together some new ideas for the next park that we're going to be doing as well, because I still like to look ahead as much as possible as well. See, we also do get a little bit into the monorail station as well. We do a little bit of a roof, and again, all the monorail stations are going to look different in each section of the park, and we got to keep doing that, and it's going to be cool when it's all said and done. We have to do a lot of terraforming within this section as well. As you can see, we get to the monorail that's going to be going through this little cliff area. It's going to be kind of cool. And we make the monorail station for the Apocalypse section of the park, which I can't wait. This is going to be such a cool section as well, and it's going to be a very challenging section because I'm going to have to make buildings that look like that are halfway destroyed and kind of abandoned and stuff like that. And it is a future section of the park, so it is going to be kind of dark, one of the darker themed areas of the park, which is going to be an interesting aspect. So this is going to be the first big ride within this, and this is like the Tower of Terror style kind of ride that you've seen in Walt Disney World's Hollywood Studios and everything like that. It's a really cool ride that they really left bare, so you can really theme it to any way you need to. And I kind of had a cool idea with this. With the queue line, I was like, let me raise the ride up a little bit so it's a taller building, and I'm going to make the queue line underneath the ride kind of a little bit inspired by Time Traveler's queue line, which obviously is a roller coaster, not a flat ride like this is, but it was a little inspired by that. Because it takes up a little bit less of a footprint when you do a queue line like that. And it's going to be a heavily themed queue line with a couple floors, and it's going to be very, very neat. I can't wait. I still got to come up with, I got a little bit of a theme thought out for this ride because I've been playing in this ride for so long. But as of right now, it's going to be obviously have an apocalypse theme and everything like that. But it's going to be definitely heavily themed for sure, and I can't wait to see how it plans out. So pretty much in this episode, all we do is kind of get the basic shaping of the building that it's going to be in, and we don't do too much with it just yet, and we'll probably sketch or get back into the apocalypse section back and forth every so often, but we haven't fully gotten into this section yet, so I'm just kind of getting at a soft start. I guess is if what you want to call it, getting at a soft start. We might even start on the coaster going into this section here in the next couple episodes or so as well. It's going to be on the other side of the monorail station than this ride, but yeah, it was kind of like a little bland episode, I guess. There wasn't too much that I did, but it's definitely going to turn out beautifully in the end. So thank you guys for watching all these episodes. I hope you guys are enjoying them. So that's about that's about all we get, really pretty much all we get done in this episode is just a little bit of a start. And of course I do a little bit of pathing here that's anyways, but again, one of the shortest episodes ever. We're barely over 10 minutes on this episode, but it was, kind of exciting because we got started on the apocalypse section, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy that section when we get to it as well. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this, and I will catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks so much. Have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow, and goodbye.